Zap 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 Lightning. Zap Zap Lightning. Lightning. Vader.
Hello everybody, it's me, the LEGO Dude, and in today's video I'll be talking about every LEGO Star Wars set which is going to be retiring at the end of 2024. Since my last version of this video several months ago, we've had a number of updates to the lineup, so it seems like the correct time to bring the 2024 retirement list up to date. This is of course all subject to change, so I'll likely make a final update video around November. Kicking things off, we have the 40547 Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader Brickheadz, which released on May 25th, 2022 for $20. Regardless of the quality of the show being good or bad, this is an iconic fight in the original Star Wars movie that got a sequel, or timeline-wise a prequel fight, in this TV show. A 2.5 year lifespan, while longer than usual, especially for a Brickheadz, seems to be deserved here. Next up we have the 40615 Tuskan Raider Brickheadz, which released on January 1st, 2023 for $10. It was originally scheduled for retirement at the end of 2023, but was granted a life extension. It's an overall solid Brickheadz that I think is getting a good lifespan at 2 years, which is actually longer than most other LEGO Star Wars sets, especially Brickheadz, usually end up getting. Next up is the longest lasting set on this list, with the 75257 Millennium Falcon, which released on October 4th, 2019 for $170. At the time of retirement, it'll have been available for over 5 years, which is close to 3 times the average lifespan of a LEGO Star Wars set. LEGO's standing policy is to always have Millennium Falcon available, and based off this set's long lifespan, a Playscale and UCS version both available at the same time is what they mean by that. With this being one of the most iconic ships in fiction, a long lifespan definitely seems deserved, and a retirement just as new version releases is fitting. Next up we have what is widely considered one of the best LEGO Star Wars sets, with the 75290 Master Builder Series Mos Eisley Cantina, which released on October 1st, 2020 for $350 and has since had its price raised to $400. It was set to be retired at the end of 2023 before being granted this extension. UCS and MBS sets are usually given a year or so longer than regular sets, so I would say that this was a deserved extension. This set in particular has a phenomenal build and a fantastic and large minifigure selection, which are often not seen together in LEGO Star Wars sets, so being around until the end of 2024 is something that I'm happy to see. Next up we have the 75308 UCS R2D2, which released on May 1st, 2021 for $240. It's a quality build, and I would argue that it's one of LEGO's best buildable characters. Unfortunately for this set though, LEGO released a new buildable R2D2 which is smaller, cheaper, and arguably better. Either way though, this $240 version had a good lifespan, so I'm fine with seeing it retire. Next up we have one of LEGO's largest sets ever, with the 75313 UCS AT-AT, which released on November 26, 2021 for $800 before having its price raised to $850. Being one of LEGO's largest ever sets, the 3-year lifespan that has been given seems like the bare minimum. It's absolutely amazingly designed, and without a doubt is one of LEGO's best sets and the best AT-AT, so I think it probably should have had until the end of 2025. Next up we have the 75341 UCS Luke's Landspeeder, which released on May 4th, 2022 for $240. At release it was widely made fun of for obvious reasons, but it's a quality UCS set that got a good 2.5 year lifespan. Next up we have the 75344 Boba Fett Starship Microfighter, which released on January 1st, 2023 for $10. It's a half decent microfighter that got about as long as it deserved. Next up we have the 75346 Pirate Snub Fighter, which released on May 1st, 2023 for $35. It's overpriced, I don't like it, and it's not particularly good, so I'm fine with seeing it retire. Next up is the 75348 Mandalorian Fang Fighter vs TIE Interceptor, which released on May 1st, 2023 for $100. This is a top quality set which features the return of the Playscale TIE Interceptor after 20 years and the first version of the Mandalorian Fang Fighter, which were both fantastically built here. An only 19-month lifespan for this set is disappointing, so hopefully it'll end up getting removed from the list. Next up we have a duo of helmets, with the 75350 Clone Commander Cody helmet and the 75351 Princess Leia Boushh helmet, which both released on March 1st, 2023 for $70. I'd consider both to be slightly above average, so an average lifespan seems about fine to me. Next up is a duo of diorama sets, with the 75352 Emperor's Throne Room diorama and the 75353 Endor Speeder Chase diorama, which both released on May 1st, 2023 for $100 and $80 respectively. I dislike most of the diorama sets since they're really not that good in my opinion while being extremely overpriced, so this seems fair to me. Next up we have the 75358 4+ Tenoo Jedi Temple, which released on June 1st, 2023 for $40. It's an overpriced but still good 4+ set, so the average 18-month lifespan is fine. Next we have the 75359 332nd Ahsoka's Clone Troopers Battle Pack, which released on August 1st, 2023 for $20. It's a cool battle pack, but battle packs only last 18 to 24 months, so this was about expected. Next up we have the 75360 Yoda's Jedi Interceptor, which released on August 1st, 2023 for $35. It's a good set, but an average lifespan is probably deserved since it's not particularly a standout great set in any way. Next up we have the 75361 Spider Tank, which released on August 1st, 2023 for $50. I think that this is a decent set that's kind of overpriced, so I don't mind the average lifespan. Next up is the 75363 Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter Microfighter, which released on August 1st, 2023 for $16. This set isn't that good and is insanely overpriced, with a $60 price increase over normal microfighters and only an extra Grogu minifigure included, so I'm happy to see it go. Next up we have the 75364 New Republic E-Wing vs Shin Hati's Starfighter, which released on September 1st, 2023 for $110. This is the second of LEGO's new Versus sets, and it's a successful follow-up with two colorful and amazing builds. There are some price issues with it, but it's still disappointing to see it retire this early. Next up is the 75365 Yavin 4 Rebel Base, which released on August 1st, 2023 for $170. I don't like this set that much, and it should be much closer to $100 instead of $200, but it's still an interesting set with a ton of minifigures, so I have mixed feelings on it being given an only average lifespan. Next up is a trio of mech sets with the 75365 Darth Vader mech, the 75369 Boba Fett mech, and the 75370 Stormtrooper mech. All three are overpriced, but also surprisingly good mechs, especially the Boba Fett one, so I'd say an average shelf life is about fair for them. Finally, the last set we have confirmed to be on the list is the 75371 Buildable Chewbacca, which released on September 1st, 2023 for $200. This was the set that kicked off my idea of the creepy LEGO Star Wars Avengers, so I'm sad to see it go so soon, but it was likely not doing too well anymore, so retirement was expected. Overall, I surprisingly largely agree with this list. It's about retirement time for most, but it is disappointing to see some go. Alright everyone, that is everything for today's video. Tell me your thoughts on the 2024 LEGO Star Wars retirement list in the comment section down below. Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Which sets would you take off the list? And one last thing before you leave, please remember to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell and leave a like on the video. Bye!